Hello, today I'm going to show you how to set up field extraction training within ABBYY FlexiCapture. Now this gives us the ability to automatically tell the software where fields are located without the need to create templates. It actually allows end users to tell the software where fields are located. It does not require IT input or IT permissions or IT consultants to do this. And now this is ideal on simple, what we call fixed forms, or forms that have a consistent structure. And I wanted to show you how this is done. It's actually a very simple process. The first thing we're going to do is create a project. And we'll just call this our demo project. Okay. We're going to create a document definition, a brand new one. And in our case today, we're going to be doing transcripts. We're actually going to be processing transcript documents. So I'm just going to load a sample of our first transcript. Give it a name. We'll tell the software it is OCR, it's not a handwritten project. And we'll finish. What it's going to do, of course, like usual, is put us into the document definition editor. And within the editor, we want to do a couple different steps. The first thing we want to do is add some fields here. So for fun, let's just do maybe student name. And this is very, very important. We want to tell it can have a region and should be matched. And secondly, let's add GPA. We'll call it our overall GPA, cumulative GPA. Let's make sure we do these two setups. Can have the region and should be matched. Once again, very, very important for any fields that we want to apply some of that end user training. So now we have two fields. Now notice it's a little bit different than what we typically do in the document definition editor. We are not drawing regions, and that's because we want the end user to tell us where these fields are when they process these documents. The next thing I'm going to do is set up some settings on my document section. In this case, I'm just going to give it a name. And then yet another very important setting. Allow field extraction training. It will give us a warning here, and that's okay because it's telling us about static elements and not to use them. But that is very important. That's what kind of triggers the software that we're going to be providing some end user training. I'm just going to hit OK here, and then I will save and publish our document definition. So what I've done is just set up a section with two different fields. So let's go ahead and close this. We'll publish it. Next, we will go to View, Field Extraction Batches, and we're going to create a new batch. When we do this, we're going to select the section and the document definition. We're going to select the default variant, and then we're going to load some samples here. You want these to be similar samples. Obviously, the data is going to be different on each sample, but the sample wants to be similar for this variant. And the software is going to now process them. I'm going to hit background mode, and we will jump directly into this batch. Okay, now that we're within the batch, we can see the software recognized each transcript. Let's just take a quick look at them. And we'll see that the data is very similar, but the student name is located here at the top, and the cumulative GPA, or the overall GPA, is located down here at the bottom. And so this is the same variant, just obviously different data. And I'm just going to show these to you quickly so you believe me that they're different, and you can see there we're just different values. The next thing I want to do now is go to the very first one, and I want to start telling the software for this variant where the fields are found. So here I'm going to select student name, and I'm of course going to just lasso the values or click, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other ones. I'm going to tell the software here's where the name is, here's where the GPA is. Once again, here's where the name is, and here's where the GPA is. So what I've done is I've set those fields for each of the samples, and the next thing I'm going to do is tell the software to go to our training state. So we're going to tell the software now use what I've provided you to train itself where to find these fields for this given variant. So that's what I've done. I've trained it, and you can see it's some logging here is done, but it's telling me it's completed. Now in order to test our setup, what we will do is create a working batch. I'm going to create a new batch, and I'm just going to load those images. Now I will jump into the batch, and you'll be able to see that we will now have results for each of those documents that we've extracted. Now that the software has now recognized the documents, as I double click and go into the actual document, you'll see here, since this is a live batch, the software remembers that we trained the variant on the location. And you can see as I jump around in between the fields, it now has located what we call the region of those given fields. So this was what we call training a single variant. our field extraction training. It's a very nice tool. It gives the end users control over training. It doesn't require an IT admin to have previous knowledge of the document. Just gives us the ability to kind of have full control of our destiny here with some of these new features. This one specifically called field extraction processing. Now this is a single variant. We do have a little bit deeper of a process when we do multiple variants of a transcript, which will be in our next video. And we look forward to showing this to you. I hope you enjoyed this video and understanding how we can utilize this software, make it a lot easier for us to process our business documents here. Thank you so much for watching.